section for the second week. Okay, this time we're going to have Mr. Joe, and we'll be speaking on emotional intelligence, and then the subtopic is about how to live at peace with people. We're centering on the topic people-oriented leadership. So we're having speakers speak on how we can promote people-oriented leadership in our lives, in our families, in our various lives, our careers, and wherever we find ourselves. So we're going to be having Mr. Joe joining us, and then he will be speaking on emotional intelligence, and at the same time speaking on how to live at peace with people. Okay, so Mr. Joe just joined us now, and then I'm going to be heading him up right now. So we have to slant, so we have it more like horizontally instead of vertically. Okay, so I'm going to add him right now, and then we will begin. Okay, let's see. Good. Invite Mr. Good. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Hello, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. I think probably we might have to slant the like this. Yeah, perfect. Right. This makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna go live on Mixel now. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I'm really grateful. Really grateful. Thank you so much. And then it's a great pleasure to have you here speaking on emotional intelligence and how to live at peace with people and in harmony with people as well. So we're going to open the floor to Mr. Joe while he speaks, and we'll let him have my pen with me. Okay.
All right. Can you hear me okay? Because of my, I think we're fading in and out, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can.
Okay,
I can. A little bit, good. Yes.
Yes, I can. Well, to my friends in Nigeria, hello, how are you tonight?
We're doing well.
Good. And how many people do we have online so far? Do we expect a big show?
Yeah, so far I think we have about 4 people. We have some people on Mixel, which are listening to the audio live. We have about 2 people right now that are also listening to the live section right now.
All right. Well, I'm going to give a talk on harmony and how to bring peace, but it's going to be coming from your center, the things that you can control, and using emotional intelligence to tap into everything that you can be and were designed or intended to be. And I hope my message is inspirational and will resonate with you. So a little bit about myself. I am a vice president with a large company in the United States. I've traveled internationally, and I've done a lot of things in my career. We help people in the U.S. and across the world help get them back on their feet again. And one of the things that I have found, and I've been studying for the past 25, 30 years, is what makes people successful. How does one person become very successful, and how come another doesn't? And I'm going to explain to you some of the ideas that I have, because it's all related to harmony. It's related about how to be in the world as yourself and allow others to be themselves, and how to become your best working on your in the outside. Does that make sense? Because when you work on the outside, you're busy worried about what everybody thinks of you. And if you know your insides, then your outside starts to shine. And it's about becoming more authentic. So what I'm going to talk about here is, rarely do we have a chance to see reality. One of the things that I've learned is that we see the world through our interpretations, how we interpret the world, our beliefs. And our beliefs are very powerful. They're powerful forces because they determine everything we do, everything. From the time we're a child, we're told how to be, that we can't be smart at math, that we can't be a good speaker, or we don't have enough money. Fill our heads so that we become adults. That's what we see the world. I can't be. But I'm going to talk to you about how to remove some of those limitations so that you can live in harmony, not only with the people around you, but more importantly with yourself, so that you vibrate differently. you come across differently. You come across kinder, gentler, happier, more peaceful. So our beliefs are powerful forces. They determine everything we do. And we see through the filter of our beliefs and old memories. So that if a teacher yelled at you that you were not good enough at math, you see yourself as not good enough at math. And you might be carrying that message from 20 years ago with you today. If your boss yelled at you and said you're not good at selling or you're not good at inventory, you may see yourself not good at selling or not good at inventory. These are our memories when we remember what our boss said or what a parent may have said. They reinforce these beliefs, and you make them strong, okay, by remembering them over and over again. And that's the way your brain works. And so our memories reinforce these beliefs, and they hold us back from becoming everything we're able to be. All right? So our beliefs, if negative, keep us from being in harmony with other people. More importantly, they keep us from being in harmony with what God or whatever you believe in intended you to be. And so these beliefs are powerful. But the opposite is true. If we have negative beliefs and they hold us back, we can reframe these beliefs to what we want. Okay? If you've ever been in a piano store, and I haven't been, but if you go to a piano and if you go to a store where there's two pianos and you tap the note of high C on one piano, and if you walked across the room to another piano, the other piano, high C, is also vibrating in exact vibration with the first piano. So if you have negative thoughts, guess who you're attracting into your life? Negative people, negative events, negative situations, because that's all you see. Okay, like the note of high C on one piano, you're vibrating outward. Okay, and we're going to try to show you how to vibrate a different note tonight. All right. Okay, and I want you to know that this powerful force works with everybody from every walk of life because we're humans. This force creates harmony. Like attracts like. You've heard like attracts like. Good attracts good. Hate attracts hate. Bad behavior reinforces bad behavior, and you get more bad behavior. Does this make sense so far? This is the foundation principle of life. This has been a long time to learn to become successful in business. Because I was taught business people are liars, they're cheaters, they're stealers, they're thieves. But most business people, you can't be a good business person. You can't be a good doctor. You can't be a good lawyer very long if you're cheating. You can't. It just doesn't work. Things catch up with you. So my title is really called Your Life Has Been Designed to Work. It has been designed to work in harmony with the universal laws. So if you're taking notes, you want to write that sentence down. Your life has been designed to work. If you can understand that at a deep level inside you, that my life has been designed to work. I just haven't learned the formula yet to how to make it work. Just like there's a formula or like there's instructions to driving a car or riding a bicycle. There's instructions on how to live a better life. The problem with most of us is we don't know how to structure our lives in such a way to get our lives to work. So I'm going to talk to you I'm going to talk to you about some of the different principles to get there. Does this make sense so far, Miracle?
It really makes sense. I'm really learning something. I think if you could repeat that, you said your life has been designed to work in harmony with the principle of the universe. Is that correct?
Yes. With the principles of the universe, with the principles of the world, with the principles of all religions, of all people. Because if you take apart all the religions and all the philosophies, they all have the same meaning and threads. Okay, there's not really a bad. You can't have bad principles, or else they just don't work. They're out of harmony. That's why and going back to the piano, that's why we vibrate. We vibrate. All right. The problem for most of us, we haven't learned how to structure our lives, how to put a structure. So designing your life starts with creating a vision of what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, the universe starts throwing things in front of you. And it doesn't know what to give you. And so you get lost. You get involved in other people's business. You start you start trying to, because you don't know what to do with yours. But once you have a vision of what you want, everything starts to change. Because now your brain, which is a goal-seeking mechanism, your brain is looking for everything to bring into your life to give you that goal. And I'm going to talk to you about how that works with harmony, because your brain is a goal-seeking mechanism, just like a homing pigeon or a special bird. Okay? So once you know what you want, okay, the only thing that's holding you back now is not the only thing, but your memories and how to get rid of those past memories. So you have to clean out identify all those bad memories by writing them down. Like, I can't do this. I'm not good at public speaking. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good looking enough. And then write them down, and then write them down on another side. Say, I am good at math. I am good at public speaking. I am good looking. I'm okay. I'm good enough. Because then you start to, and you affirm those inside you every day. All those things that you need to become, and we're going to touch on that. So the first principle is you need a vision. The second principle number 2, is you need to write out all the steps to get there. What are the steps that you need to take to get to that vision or achieve that vision? A vision might be 5 years out, it might be a year out, might be 10 years out. But have a vision of what you want. It could be as complicated as I want to be a doctor. It can be as easy as I want to be a better person, or I want to be a better father. It might be something at work. I want to become the best salesperson there is at work. It could be I want to be a good manager. So and then write out all the steps to get there. And then once you write out the steps, you start taking action in the direction of the vision. You start following the steps. One of the things that I have found is we want the steps to be perfect. Doesn't make any difference. Just write them out and launch. And then as you go along, you'll find the steps aren't perfect, and then you adjust. So principle number 3 is take action. Start working on the steps. What's happening is now you're in alignment with what you want, and all the things that happen start to attract things into your life that put in front of you things you've never seen before. Like all of a sudden you might say, all right, one of my visions is to become a good public speaker. Then you'll see a public speaking class in the paper or on the internet or at church. And all these little tiny things that you really don't think of starts creating a harmony with what you want. You attract other people who want to be good speakers. You start getting alignment with them. Or if you want to be a good salesperson or a better father, a better parent, you start hanging around with different people who have the same ideas and notions. And now you're creating this harmony around you. It's a very different world, and it's different than trying to change the world, because you're changing yourself, and people around you also start to change. Do you see? Do you understand? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This is strange. It seems like it's space age stuff, but this is, if you think about rich people and successful people, they don't hang around with people who think negatively. You think about soccer players, or what you call football in Africa. Football. Big football stars hang around with other big football stars, right? They don't go messing around with people who are not good. They go up here. So they create their own world. Now, they get out of their world when they start hanging around with bad people because they haven't developed the other principles. So number 3 is take action, all right? And this becomes every day you start working on what you can do to work closer to your vision, okay? And what happens is you start making days that are really good days. Not only really good days, but moments. You have great moments, and you're living moment by moment in the present moment. And then you can ask yourself this question: is what I'm about to do or what I'm about to say in alignment with my vision? Is it in harmony with what I want in life? And if it's not, don't do it. And if it's not, don't do it. And if it is, do it. That's what makes your life start to get in sync with other people, and you start bringing in other people, and your life starts to change. Now, one of the other things is, and this is principle number 4, but it could be principle number 2 or 3, is who do I need to become to achieve that vision? Who do I need to become to achieve that vision? Because in order to achieve something, or to achieve something different, or get something different, I need to become something different. I need to become a different person. So now I'm raising myself up. And then you write down all the qualities that I need to be. I need to be, let's write some of these down. Some of these are simple ones, okay? I need to be honest. That's the number 1. Or have integrity. I need to have, that's the number 1 chief principle that everybody follows. I need to be honest. I need to have integrity. The other is I need to be courageous. When I'm afraid, I need to step into the fear. I need not to stop. Okay, that's another key thing that I need to develop. I also need to develop education and wisdom. I need to become more knowledgeable. And I need to apply that wisdom or knowledge in terms of experience. I need to apply it, try it out. Like if I need to make a speech, I need to go give a speech. If I fail, I'm not going to die. I'm going to get back up and try it again. So also I need to be loving, because loving beats hatred all the time. It's a more powerful force. And if it comes from the center, it becomes a very powerful force. Caring and kindness and helpfulness, all those are key things. Now, you're going to want to develop your own, but those are usually the foundational ones that everybody has. Okay? Another one is hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. Nothing comes easy, and it takes time. Okay? And I'm going to tell you how I did this and how I became, because I was very poor when I grew up. My family was very poor, very, very, very poor. In the United States, we didn't have enough food on the table. And when I was poor, we had to go to a garbage cans to get food at sometimes. Most people don't know that about me, because I wear a suit and tie now. I'm very different. But I'm still the same person as you are. I'm not any different. I just learned some success secrets that put me in harmony with success and what I want out of life. I'm much happier than I used to be, because I used to be unhappy. I used to be, how come they've got more than me? They've got more than me. They got, I kept on comparing myself, and I was like, what are they doing? And so I was desperate. And I saw a video by Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is a public speaker. He's in all, you can probably find him everywhere. You know the name Brian Tracy? He changed my life. I owe all his success to him. All my success to him. Something called the Psychology of It is an audio program. I do it all the time. I jog and I walk with it in my head so I can play it I play it in my car, listen to it, I reprogram my thoughts. I do that all the time. He also, I'm going to give you some other, I'm looking at the time. We're at 21 minutes so far, but there's a couple more points that I want to say. So you don't have to wait to achieve your vision, okay? Act like the fifth principle is, because the fourth was you're developing all those character attributes that you need to have. You start life as if you've achieved your vision and you've achieved those character attributes. Does that make sense? If you need to be more kind, you start being more kind now. If you need to start developing your education, you go to the library. I looked on Nigeria. You've got libraries that you can go to and go to the library. That's where I started. I went to the library. I brought books home with me, okay? Books every morning. So I got up. I read. Brian Tracy said, and this is what I did. This is the secret. And not many people will follow it. This is the secret. Go to the library and go get books and study the books on the subject that you want to achieve. And what you do is you get up 1 hour every morning earlier than you used to get up. That means you probably have to go to bed an hour earlier, but you get up. Every morning I get up at 4:30 and I read for 2 hours. Brian Tracy said 1 hour. I said, I'm starting so far back, I'm going to get up for 2 hours and see what happens. And I didn't believe anything would happen when I first started. I couldn't see what the future would hold, but I said, let me give it a chance. Let me see what would happen. And so I started reading for 2 hours every morning, and I started getting good at sales. I got a promotion. I got a raise. Then somebody said, you need to move to Washington, D.C. and take over this operation. I said, oh, okay. And then they said, don't you need to move to Atlanta, Georgia, and take over that operation? I said, oh, okay. And then they said, you need to do this and do this. And so I kept on getting more promotions. And now here I am. I said, I look backwards and I go, how did all this happen? I have a house. I'm not supposed to have a house. I'm supposed to be poor. But I changed. I rewired my thoughts to be in harmony with what I wanted. And now I think differently. I talk differently. Because now I don't go like this. How come they have more? I go, they must really work hard. Do you see the difference? They must really, they have really worked hard to get where they are. Instead of saying, how'd they get it? They got it for free. No, they worked hard. So I've just little words, okay, now I'm living in harmony. What did they do? How can I take their ideas and put them into my ideas so that I can learn from them? All right, all this takes work. And I'm going to give you a couple quotes here. If you can quiet your mind, you can open your heart. So when you're around other people and they make you angry or cause you distress, try to close your mind or quiet your mind and open up your heart. Okay? I want to give you another quote. And what I told you was just read an hour a day. And if you don't know what to read, here's 4 things that you can read. Here's 4 subjects. I call them the 4 ALs, ALs. Something educational, something inspirational, something motivational, okay, or something spiritual. Did I already say spiritual? Or all? The 4 ALs. All right, those are the ALs. You can get those. You can learn management, leadership, emotional intelligence, and what you also want to do, because I can see you're writing. You write with your left hand, don't you? Yes?
No, that's the right hand.
That's right hand.
Right.
Okay, so backwards, okay. So you take notes. That's very good. Not many people take notes. See, I think your country, the people in it, are so hungry that they're going to pass all the other countries because you're doing things that other people are not doing. Because you're hungry for knowledge and success, and all you got to do is keep on working toward that vision. Now, if you don't achieve the vision, what happens? You're not a success? Oh no, that's not true. You become a success on the way to the vision. Let me give you an example. If you're climbing Mount Everest, the journey is going up the mountain. The excitement is up the mountain. When you get to the top, the only thing you can do is take a picture. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You cannot take the top of the mountain back down with you. But what you take is the experience of going up the mountain. Because it's going up the mountain, you learn all sorts of things about climbing, about the people you're with, about what you can do, the limitations you thought about that you had, and you got past them. And you bring that experience back down the mountain. So even if you don't attain your vision, you've gotten here. You may have gotten here and not here, but look where you got. And you've gained all this experience going up the mountain. That's what you bring back down the mountain with you. And who you become on the way up that mountain is a totally different person than the person that started at the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And
wow.
That's the change, because we think, I got to get up to the top. Everybody does. Me too. But then I learned later in life, look what I've become. How did I get all these things? Okay. So I know I'm at the top of the hour, half hour, so I want to be mindful of your time. Has this been
okay? Good. So yeah. So there's a question. Thank you so much, Mr. Joe. I'm really grateful. Honestly, I think there's something that I really took. I would like to say that again, so people could also hear that. I said, your life isn't designed to work in harmony with the principle of the universe. Thank you so much for that. That's really powerful. Really powerful. So the question I want to ask is this. You spoke about the fact that if you do evil, you can never be good. So you could be successful and not be good. Now, how do people learn to be in harmony with the principle of the universe when they see other people succeeding in different means that we know to the general that it doesn't look, the means is not right? How do people live in harmony with the idea that, okay, let's say, for example, somebody sees someone doing something. Okay, let's use Africa, for example. Yeah. So in Africa, we have a lot of politicians who, embezzle funds, use the public fund for themselves. And they get so successful that people fear, that people respect them. And then other people feel so low about themselves. How do people live at peace with themselves, knowing that, okay, they don't get to complain, they don't get to feel that someone is way successful than I am?
This may not sound like the right answer, but it is. How they do that, we don't know exactly what they've done. Exactly, right? We hear that they've embezzled funds.
Yeah.
But we truly don't know that, right? You see what I'm saying? We don't know that. Sometimes the press also doesn't always tell them, because they may not like that politician. Now,
yeah,
there are bad people in the world, okay? There are bad people in the world, and it looks like they're successful. But on the inside, they're not successful. They're looking over their shoulder. They're scared. So the only person that you can control is who? Yes. The only, and that's hard enough, isn't it? So as soon as your thoughts jump out there, say, wait a minute, what's my vision? Is this helping me toward my vision or not. So as soon as I go over here, start worrying what somebody else is doing, I have to bring myself back and living out of my center. Now, there are examples of people who are bad. So I can say, okay, that's a bad person. I don't want to be like that person. I want to be like that person. And then you create a different role model. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There are bad people, even bad managers, yells at somebody. I don't want to be like that manager. If I ever become a manager, I am not going to be like her. There's a manager, there's a leader. That's who I want to aspire to be. It's all about you. The focus is on you, and you model out to everybody else what people should be or can be. But you're not doing that on purpose. You're living your life in a good way, and it just happens you're radiating outward, and people go, I want to be like Miracle, not like that person. But your intention is not to be that model, but you're becoming that model for people. Does that help? Is that helpful?
Yes, it does, really. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Joe. I'm really grateful.
You cannot control other people. Thank you very much, Miracle.
So I think we have a last question before we let you go. A last question before we let you go. And the question is this. You know, we have a lot of people who are going to be listening to this, and we're going to upload it on YouTube, so people also want to listen to it. What advice would you give to people who are going to be watching this? What advice would you want to give to people?
I think the principles that I've gone to: create a vision for yourself. If you don't know what you want to be, start with, I want to be a good person. I want to become the best person I can become. If you've got a job, become the best person at that job. Become the hardest worker. Get there. If the store opens up at 8 o'clock, get there at 10 to 8 before everybody else. Be the first person there. Be the last person to leave. Become the best. Use your job, if you've got a job, as a vehicle or a way to develop yourself. Because other successful business people will hear about this person. This person's working hard. And all of a sudden, you're going to become more valuable. And also learn everything you can about living in harmony with people and being a better person. There are some great books out there, and I'll send you a list of some of the books through LinkedIn that I think that are great and that are available for free on the internet. All right. So.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Joe. I'm really grateful. It's really a great privilege to have you. Thank you so much.
And if I can ever be on your show again, I would be glad to. You're kind to have me on your show. Thank you, Miracle.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Okay,
sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, sir.